So
Thank you for
I
your
think
20.
we're going right.
Did FaZe choke or
say that again.
Vassal? Thank you for your
Chunk.
All right, hello. This is me. I decided today that I'd do a kind of a tabletop stream sort of thing, and I wanted to go over like what I got in this week. I don't know how this is gonna work, so I was gonna have to see. The weird thing is I gotta look over here to see myself. It's a whole thing. So, like, the first thing I got was Germany Strikes, which is a bolt action source book. In a couple of weeks, I have a tournament for bolt action, which bolt action is a 28mm World War II miniature game made by Warlord Games and Osprey Publishing, as you can see right there. And I like early war World War II because I'm kind of a big Francophile. I think that's what it means if you like French folks, because that's where my people come from. And so, and early war is just really, really neat because, you know, the Germans were doing this whole thing that no one else had ever seen before. And so early war Germans with the combined arms and stuff like that are cool. And the French lists are here, as well as the Polish, which are really, really cool. Oh, yeah. And one thing you can't forget. Oh, my gosh, you can't see it. Gosh, guys, I'm going to totally work on this. Okay. I think the best way for you to see it is for me to do this. There you go. See? Armored trains. Choo-choo. Everybody loves armored trains. It's like tanks and trains had a baby. And this is it. And they do stuff. So we'll flip that back on. So, yeah. That's really cool. And so are the polls. And I think I'm going to continue to do stuff like this because I haven't seen anybody else do anything like it on Twitch. And it would interest me. Just to see people like what they got in and what they talk about. And one more thing I wanted to show you guys out of this book that I thought was really neat are the polls. And they have some really cool stuff. You should... Okay, that's what we're going to turn that off. And then there you go. Polish cavalry. Awesome. Love it. This is fantastic. They were very successful with armored trains as well. They're really well represented in another game called Flames of War, which is 15mm World War II. But this is 28, so these guys are much bigger. So, got Germany Strikes, early war in Europe. And actually, to do Germans, which I haven't yet, I have, for bolt action, I have Russians, a huge Russian force, which you need a huge Russian force because, well, you know, there's a lot of Russians. And I have French as well. And so I need Germans. But in order to do Germans, I need the armies of Germany. This is in its second edition. And I did not have this one. I had the other one. And lots of cool stuff. I mean, their armor and all that is fantastic. You know, you can see fun little tanks and stuff like that in there. And yes, flat guns, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, the artwork in this stuff is fantastic because it all comes from Osprey Publishing's books. And if you don't know what Osprey is, if you're casually interested in anything historical, check out their website. They have a book on something. Whatever it is you're into, they have a book on it, and you should check it out. And so, yeah, I got in Armies of Germany and Germany Strikes. Because I need these. Bolt action tournament in a couple weeks at a local con. And, well, these are unrelated because I'm feeling my Russians and I have, like, all my Russian stuff that I need. So, whatever. Anyway, moving on to the box. Well, I got a completely empty box, and that's not my fault. This is a Panzer IV, which you can do in 3 different configurations, as you can see. And it's not the box's fault that it's empty, because, like, this is the kit, and it just all fell out of there. Yeah, I did an order from the store, who I talk about on my podcast and stuff as well, but I swear he doesn't give me any kind of sponsorship deal. But it's NWS. It's Naval Warfare Simulations online. Just Google like NWS store or NWS Wargaming store, and you'll see him. Man, he's got to be making like $1 profit on like everything. Is the best I can see, because his prices are the absolute cheapest you can see anywhere. And I did a huge order with him, and so this is kind of like what we got. So I want to do some Germans, so I need a Panzer IV, because I'm wanting to do these in Africa Corps. Moving on to what else we got. 81mm mortar team. I know. You can totally tell what that is and be like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. That's incredible, man. So, yeah, there's that. And, oh yeah, I think I did. No, this is German. I was just going to say, did I finally get an armored car from my Russians? No. This is a cute little SDKFV 222. Fun little armored car. Does little armored car stuff. Unless, you know, it's actually in here. Oh, wait. This isn't it. This is like a brick of heroin. What the hell? No, not really. Wouldn't that be cool, though? Heroin? No, you shouldn't do heroin, kids. Heroin's terrible. So this is actually a white metal figure. And that is what it's made out of. That and resin. Which, if you're familiar with Games Workshop stuff, Warhammer 40k, they think this stuff is gold. This shit's really expensive. Any other company, it's cheap. So resin and white metal is what this kit is made out of. Got metal wheels. Keep it on the ground in case of an earthquake. What else you get in here? Okay. If I wanted to catch it on fire, a little, you know, explosion thing there, I can do that. And it's a little card. I can keep this in my wallet and be like, hey man, I've got an SDKFV222. And they'll be like, sir, I just asked for your driver's license. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. So we'll pack this up. Moving on to, oh yeah, one of the hardest things for me to find when I was actually getting into bolt action was these little things. These are just like little markers for it to show shit got blown up. Pinned markers, like you can't move. And the templates. These things were so hard last year to find when I was looking for new stuff in the new edition. So it's got your big template, your little template, all right there. And these are various conditions that you can attach to your units. Like, oh, we fucked up, we fired, we got shot, we're in a bad spot. Piling up? Nah, it's not piling up too bad. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I did get a little card for my Panzer IV with little blowed up stuff in it too. It just fell out. We'll just shove that back in there. Big tiny little explosions. And in order to do more and more Germans, I want to do these guys. Wait a minute. These are desert rats. I thought I ordered Africa Corps. What this is? Yes, hold on. Alright, we'll get to that. I grabbed the wrong thing. Although slightly, like waterlogged a little bit. Anyway, Perry Miniatures, as you can see right here, as I'm trying hard to point at it because my stream's on a delay, makes some of the finest sculpts of anything, anywhere. Anything they do. It's fantastic. Two brothers, maybe twins, maybe not, out of England, and I know one of them is missing a hand in a reenacting cannon accident, which I think it was English Civil War reenacting. Anyway, they make great stuff, and this is their Desert Rats figs. These are the British in Africa, which I guess I need the British book, or do I have the British book? I don't know. We'll find out on another stream. Nice little guys, little Tommies in the right color. These are brown. These are the bases you put them on. I know. Sexy, right? You could be watching some girl with big boobs like play Overwatch poorly, but no. You tuned into this. You made the right choice, my friend. But yeah, you can see you get a lot of stuff, a lot of kit on these, is which I really like. You can get the, get the little extra knives and the canteens and the different weapons options. It's all right there on the sprue. Plus the hats are individual too. I like that. I like that a lot. Stick these back in here. This is more of them in various poses. Looks like about 12 poses, 12 different ones. And in the box, you get how many? It doesn't say. Let's just say a lot. A lot. I think it's around 40 is what we're getting in here. You know what? I could count, but I don't want to do math. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do math. Not going to do it. I'm from Mississippi. We don't do math that well. We're not big on education. So these look like officer figures and bases for only what I can assume are the heavy weapons. We're just going to shove them right back in there in what I think is a water-damaged box for whatever reason. Oh, that's nice. You get a nice little platoon organization here. Lots of fun. And it doesn't say, but I assume this is an entire platoon. Oh, it's like 60 men, something like that. So what's in here? Not 40, 60. No. Wrong yet again. That's going to happen a lot if you follow me. I'll catch it. It's good. It's entertaining. And man, the ship does not go back in there. It is 38. 38 Tommies. That's what's in there. I'm just going to drop them off in here. And this is what I thought I had roached for, was the Africa Corps. This is Rommel and his boys tearing up shit in the Saharan desert and all that stuff. And if we're going to take a look at this, and like, obviously these are kind of like the more common things. Same basing. You got that. Same thing with the platoon organization, which is handy. If you don't know a lot about like how to put your stuff together, this really helps out. If you're like me, who pays somebody else to put this stuff together, you're just like, hey Tim, just follow this little what's the thing in the box. Just do it that way. Okay. I got, again, really nice options for kit. Lots of different poses. Got guys lying on the ground, perhaps lounging after a long, hard day in the desert sun. And lots of, like, just upgrades. And they're all really well done. I've always thought, GW could take a lesson from the Perry brothers with stuff. Because their shit is way cheaper, too. You get more and for less. This whole box here, I promise you, costs more than a tactical squad of Space Marines. Yeah, just kind of a repeat. And it's you got some flash on it, but not a lot of mold lines. Not that you can really kind of sort of see that stuff, but you get the idea. Besides, I'm just kind of just doing a casual go over. Oh, look at all this crap I got in. And I'm thinking about getting a light box, because I actually got some stuff in that was painted. And that way I can cut to a second camera and be like, oh, look, here's some little guys over here. We're all walking around. Do I have anybody? Yeah. It'd be like, hey, look, I got this guy in. I painted him. Yes. This is Romelachu right here. And see, I have to look down here to make sure he's in focus to make that joke. So, it's a whole thing. So, just to have something to look like that to cut to it. But anyway, because what I got in that was painted was some forces for this. Patrol Agnes. Now this comes from, this is the Ion Age, and you can check this stuff out at theionage.com. And the reason why I like it, it's 15 millimeter skirmish. Really dig that. And I love this like throwback art to reminds me of the early days of like Rogue Trader, you know, and everything was just more rounded and, you know, grittier and just, you know, it's just got that cool look. Really, really dig it. And, yeah, I got 2 painted forces for them because, hey, that's very attractive to me is you offer, I can just straight up buy the stuff from you already painted, which is, yeah, no problem, buddy. I will do that. It's got lots of fun charts and stuff like that. Don't know how this plays. I'm definitely going to get to that. But, yeah, this is Patrol Angus. Angis. Angis. I don't know how you say that. And it's the ionage.com. But moving on to unpainted stuff. Make some room here. Put this stuff back in the box. Where it goes. We'll just toss it in there. It'll be fine. I got more Warlord stuff. And this is the Battle of Antares starter set. And I kind of wanted to open this up and take a look and see what we got. Got a knife, you know, every good Mississippi boy has at least a knife. Always. This is like a super heavy box because, you know, this shit is metal, I'm assuming. Or heavy resin. Oh, no, sorry. It's super heavy because it comes with a hardback copy of the rule book. That's really nice. You know, you usually don't get a hardback rule book nowadays when you buy a starter set. That's really cool. This essentially plays a lot like Bolt Action, but it's in space. That is what I get from it, and I wish I knew enough about the actual history and stuff to show you. But, I mean, any non-Games Workshop, science fiction rule set, I've got to support it. I do, and I just love these figures and sculpts. It's like whoever they've got doing it is doing a really, really good job. You get a quick start guide, which, you know, shows you how to put all your shit together. Yay. You know, it's all in color. And anything that's not a D6 system, I also like. This is looks to be D10s and D8s. Did they come with them? I'm sure they did. You have a quick reference sheet stuck to the... Okay, that's new. Oh, it's alright. And, you know, Warlord wants you to, you know, get stuff in their little catalog. Oh, yeah, they make all kinds of cool shit, like Hail Caesar. If you are into tabletop gaming and you're not familiar with Warlord, I highly recommend it. Check those guys out. Yes, it does. Oh, yeah, looks like it comes with D4s, D10s, 1D6, and I think that's a D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's a D10. What the hell is this? I guess they're all D10s. I don't know, man. Slate here. You get these little plastic things that you put your guys on, which are fun. You get this little exclusive guy. And then you get, oh yeah, the big part with Bolt Action and Gates of Antares, and I'm probably totally mutilating how you say that, or the different dice that you get. And the way it works, you generate these by building a force, and you put them into a little bag. And so as you're going along, you draw. It's just a general bag between you and your opponent, and you draw on the bag. And if you pull out one of his dice, he goes. And if you pull out, you gotta keep pulling. You know, he'll go, and then like, oh shit, gotta pull again. Oh, he's going again. Oh, he's going again. So that's gonna suck. But that's just kind of shows the randomness of it. And yeah, eventually, I guess you'll pull your stuff, and then you can commit to an action. And as you can see here, it's like fire, rally, ambush, shit like that. And yeah, and then basically these are just two forces here in the thing in plastic. This is the Concord versus the Gar. And I really like the look of the Gar because they look, you know, very much kind of like little tank, dreadnought type things. So, you know, that's kind of what I wanted to do. You know, is I wanted to do them more than anything. And then the other one is the Concord. They use drones. And I really dig that. In fact, I think up on warlord.com, they have a drone army. Yeah, I think so. It's like super fucking expensive though. I want to say it's done in like all resin. They're all resin, and there's some really bigger ones. But yeah, it's just a little too expensive to get into that, especially because my biggest problem, and if you follow along with this channel and I continue to do this, you'll discover I buy in everything, all kinds of stuff. There are all kinds of rule books there and stuff, and like right here there's like everything you can think of. Let's see, there's Anthium. I'm gonna make a mess here. Heroes in Defiance. Those are board games. The Robotech, you know, Kickstarter, that whole debacle that's happening. Yeah, and I'll talk about that on my podcast next week. I like, you know, Ogre. Ogre's a lot of fun. And, oh yeah, Starfleet Battles. Because I like super fucking complex games. And why, yes, there is an ASL rulebook right over here. So, yeah, you'll discover, if you follow along with me, is I buy into everything. Everything that sounds neat. Yeah, looking at this, I've got Age of Sigmar, there's Infinity, Battle Group, World War II, more Bolt Action, Battletech, even more shit up there. I buy into everything. But my biggest problem is finding opponents. This whole area around me is like Games Workshop Central, baby. And that's fine, you know, I love those guys. One of my good friends, Drew, runs the league. He got it up off the ground. It's just not for me. I just want to do stuff different. I want to do historical stuff. Or like, hey, Infinity looks cool. Let's play this. You know, let's do that. And they're all kind of like, nah, I'm just going to do this. So my biggest thing is lack of opponents. So I didn't want to jump too far into Beyond the Gates of Antares. In fact, I travel to cons and I kind of look for other players. Like, hey, I'm coming to New Orleans. Anybody there crazy enough to buy into this shit? You did? Well, I'll bring my stuff. We'll play. So that's kind of like where I am with this. So, you know, if you like this, you know, let me know. That's, yeah. Hi, Dad. No, you're not my dad. Yeah, I'm getting used to the actual chat popping up, which is weird. I'm getting a lot of text. Anyway, so yeah, I'll continue to do this, and I hope you guys will like it, because I get stuff in like all the time. Like I said, I've got some painted stuff in. I just ordered another webcam, and I want to put a little light box over here, so I can like cut to it and be like, oh, here we go over here. So, you know, if you like it, you know, like, subscribe, whatever, all that good stuff, and yeah, just let me know what you think. So that's it for tonight. See you guys later.